Yeah, actually, I'm quite excited about the merchant program itself. The merchant program is going to be an affiliate program, which means that the networkers or the partners itself, if you will sign up with a merchant and the merchant itself now can accept CTO and the rest of the cryptocurrencies, we're going to have up to all the major ones are going to be there minimum. So if anybody were to actually spend at the merchant using any of the cryptocurrencies, you are going to get paid, right? And there is going to be an affiliate program for this as well. So everyone in the tree itself will have a certain payout that is actually different than what Jarvis is. Okay, so it's going to be really cool. Now, why would the merchant want to go with you? Very simple, all right? Number one is, okay, because the merchant don't need to hold any crypto as their liquidity, okay? What happens is, when every time someone spends the crypto at the store or at the merchant itself, the merchant can choose how many percent he wants to keep and how many percent gets liquidated into fiat. Because you must understand that merchants itself need to pay their suppliers. The suppliers don't use crypto, they use fiat, right? So we have that covered for the merchant itself. So there's no loss there. There's no MDR fees. But one thing we have for the merchant is this. Now, if somebody were to walk to the merchant and say that, hey, can I buy Ethereum, for example? Yeah, the merchant can sell them the Ethereum that is in the system itself. Okay. Now, if the merchant itself has Ethereum enough to actually sell to the buyer, the merchant keeps the whole 1% because they're selling it off from the side. If the merchant don't have the Ethereum to sell and they sell it through us, okay, which the Ethereum coming from our side itself, they get 0.5%, right? Which they also earn. Okay. Now, the merchant itself is getting cash, right? So because they're selling Ethereum, they're selling coins and things like that, so they're getting cash. So to handle cash itself is a very dangerous thing, right? So networkers or our customers, okay, whoever who has CTOs or whatever, can actually go to the merchant and say that, okay, I'm going to withdraw cash, and you pass them the CTO, they pass you the cash, right? So now you have millions and millions of like ATM machines, which are all the merchants itself. Okay, to handle cash, it costs about 4 to 6% of the actual amount in Singapore, because of all the time or the necessary infrastructure you need to actually handle the cash, to go to the bank and this and that, time loss and so on and so forth. All right. So basically, this is one of the ways that a lot of merchants, especially convenience stores, are actually using to disperse the cash out back to the public, so they can actually lower down the cost of handling this. Right now, there's only one small portion of what the merchants can increase their revenue with. The second one that we have is actually we are actually working with we're working on cloud sim, and cloud sim itself, we are getting a lot of this migrant workers or anyone that actually wants to use the sim card for basically free, right? So migrant workers, they only spend money on two things actually. One is actually on their phone bills or their data, which because they need to communicate home, right? The second is actually the cost of sending money back home. Now, one of the cool things about a merchant that can do is the merchant can actually become a remittance point, or what we call cash point now. So, for example, if you are let's say in Indonesia itself, okay, and you are a cash point, or what we call our cloud cash point, right? A merchant. Now, when somebody sends a remittance back home, okay, what their family members at home will get is in a token form, which is the GNDT token. They can go to you as a merchant and say that, okay, I want to actually sell these tokens back to you. And what you get as a merchant is you get 1% out from that. Okay, so this is like also selling the cryptos itself. So we are actually helping small businesses to actually earn more revenue by doing a crypto balancing act here, okay, which they can choose themselves. Either they want to earn a extra 0.5%, or they just totally take a 0.5% risk free. So that's what we are offering for the merchants itself. Now, remember, networkers, every time when there's a transaction going on itself, you get paid. You get a payout.